Hello everyone, this is Gorax. In today's video we'll go over the last chief challenge boss, Poison, the one that takes damage from the lightning heroes. And I believe this is the one that is quite easy to build with epic and rare heroes, and I'll show you how. Before we start going over the teams, just a reminder, you can find all my tests in the spreadsheet available in pinned message in the comment section, as well as the video description. This will help you plan ahead and see what the best teams did and mix match them and see what best works for you. Also, just a reminder, no mythic equipment during the tests, and the psychic core is at this level, as you can see. So let's jump quickly over the teams, and we'll start with a few teams that I think are quite potent and quite good. So the first team is, and just a spoiler alert, the best sapper for this encounter is going to be Nathaniel from what we have. I didn't try Zephyr really much, but Nathaniel works really good, and I'll show you why. I'm going to use Fathom down here, the new tank, and truth to be told, we don't really need a tank here, but we're using him for basically attack penalty, witches remain, and also ultimate steal. And we're gonna use Vani with Pipe Organ, we're gonna use Nimbus with Ravatrix Roots, and we're gonna use Tharivol with Horseshoe. Basically, this is something that I can build easily on global. And as you can see, the damage is quite potent, 41 million, basically playing around Tharivol's auto attack. So we're gonna cast the attack down, defense down, basically, followed by Vani to increase attack speed, and then Tharivol and Nimbus just bursting out the damage. And yeah, these rares work really well. Vani, Nimbus, we used them in Season 2, we used them in Season 1, and they were amazing. Now, the boss marks the target with the highest attack. So in here, I tried to build a tank with the attack. That's what I've done. Okay, I built him full attack, and still, it's the backline that will be taking damage. So this is why I moved Nathaniel closer to Faffer now to make sure he dispels. But sadly, it is sometimes random. But it's okay. With Nathaniel's shield, we have enough support to survive the whole battle. And we can do over 42 million damage with this team. But that's not only team that can do really well here. When we change things around, and we can finally use Shelter. Since we don't need tank, we can use Shelter and utilize the strongest Dauntless epic rare hero. I mean, he's hidden legendary. He's amazing. You can use Ink on him, but Eyeball of the Giant works as well. It's very strong on this hero, and I've done the test. I also been told that this is probably the best artifact for him. Anyway, this time around in this team, we're gonna use Witches Remain on Tharivol. Nimbus works as well, and I'll show you that again. We're focusing on the Rhapsody set, which boosts the attack speed and also basic attacks ignore 20% of attack speed, but Shelter needs this unclean set basically. And the formation is pretty simple. As you can see, Shelter will be there at the front. He will be not taking any damage beside the auto attacks. And then we have the boss casting the mark on Nimbus, but we have Nathaniel next to Nimbus, so for the most part we will be dispelling that with his battle skill. But as you can see, Vani tends to buff herself, so this ultimate is then being cast on Vani instead, so we don't have dispel for that, and this can reduce our damage a little bit because, you know, Tharivol with attack down is not good. But yeah, the team can do really good. There's nothing spectacular happening in that fight. It's not the poison boss, so I'll just skip through these fights. But you can also watch all of it on my live stream VODs. So this team does 47 million. When we remove Witches Remain, when we switch them around, as you can see, we will still do solid damage. It's 47 million damage, so no much change here. So that was another team. And then we have a team that brings in Iola. So if your team is struggling to survive, you might consider bringing in Iola. and then also run an attack aura here to increase the damage, because we're losing one Dauntless hero. And we built Iola with full attack. Everyone else is wearing the same equipment. We just built her with full attack and witches remain, and to make sure, or at least to try and aim the boss towards Nathaniel and Iola. And as you can see, it works quite well. Sometimes it's random, but the team works really, really good. Again, around 45 million damage on average here with this team. And just quickly, equipment and the timing as well. Okay, so as you can see, this rotation will be always the same. Witches remain, followed by Shaltar, and then our damage dealers. Pretty simple. And it is with any team that we do, basically. Now, next team, we're gonna drop to 32 million, and that's because we will use a free-to-play friendly team. So 32 million free-to-play friendly team. As you can see, I even moved out the Elminster artifact out of Nathaniel's pocket. We're still using Witches Remain because this is season 3. I'm expecting you to have at least one dupe legendary hero. If you don't have Witches Remain, you pick something else, then well, that's on you. And again, not much healing, no tank. Same idea. Iola with not enough attack to get the aggro. Timings, we're gonna play this totally on auto, at least in this case we did. You obviously want to amend them ideally the way your rotation works, but this damage, 32 million on full auto. I just wanted to show free-to-play players a way to play the teams without min-maxing and being able to do 32 million. So if you set up the correct timings, which would be Iola first, followed by Vani, then Shaltar and Nimbus, basically. That's your skill timings. You'll do way more damage than that, and it's quite nice. And also, if you improve the equipment, this team will also do more damage, okay? So it's not 32 million because we're using rares, but we're also dropping quite a lot of good equipment. And then we go up to 53 million. So I've been asked to use these heroes, the add-on on, which is Sutha and Ivellios, and both of them work pretty well. If you don't have fun, you can use ink on Ivellios, will work as well. Rotation, again, similar to everything else. You want defense down, you want to follow that with Shaltar, and then your damage dealers, while your support, Nathaniel, is on auto. I did try other supports. I did try the other lightning supports, which is if you cattle, the team can survive. I tried Anna as well, the team can survive. Zephy will work quite well, but I want to avoid heroes like Zephy and Ogok when I don't need to, especially since I don't have them myself. So yeah, the team does really well. This is the setup. Now, Sutha and Shagrel will sometimes get the aggro from the ultimate. But it is what it is. With Nathaniel, we still can survive quite a lot of time. And again, no need for a tank. This boss doesn't require a tank. And again, the highest damage so far, 53 million, okay? And then we go down to 49 million, and I've tried a different thing, different approach basically, and that was quite interesting. There's no aura here, and we're still doing 49 million. Let me go over the team quickly. So we're using Thia, as she's got invincibility and she's got debuff immunity as well. Plus she heals all the range heroes that are invisible. So as you can see, we're running 4 range and we're running 1 melee basically. And so we're using Witches Remain on Fathom Down. And Fathom Down will slow down boss significantly, so we don't take that much damage, since Thia's healing is way worse than the one of Nathaniel. We want Thia with maximum haste basically to constantly cast this ultimate, and everything here will follow the same pattern. So Fathom Down, since we don't use Vani or Shagrel, we can go this way. If you put in Shagrel instead of that, this will still work. It will just work differently, and this is a quite interesting team that people can pull off. You can even remove Fathom Down and try Shagrel here to maximize the damage if you can manage to survive, because you know Fathom Down is amazing. 13 seconds attack down, plus stealing the ultimate, and Witches Remain a player as well, so that's quite cool. So look what's going to happen when he casts the ultimate. Sometimes he casts here, but most of the time he will cast it on the the lonely melee hero at the front, especially when Thia's ultimate blocks this skill here. Okay, sadly it is desynced now, so our range heroes will get marked. And as you can see, in this case, actually, they didn't, so Fafemdan was the one being marked. So this works really well, although we're not getting debuffs here. We're not getting too much healing because her healing is weak, but we can survive the whole battle, almost the whole battle, and we can do over 40 million damage, close to 50, which is quite good. I like this. And then obviously I had to try Thunderbolt team, and since this is a single target boss, we can't use Shine Acton. Shine Acton doesn't have a good way of applying multiple Thunderbolts electrocuted to boost per contest damage, so I had to use Manda. So Nessa is also not good here. So Manda's turrets have a chance to apply electrocuted and this boost damage of per contest. And this is the team that I used in season 2, except for Nathaniel, to deal a lot of damage, and it works again. And this is per contest with exclusive artifact, obviously. It works again, it's 42 million, so it's not too bad, considering we're not using any synergy. This is basically a whale compish here. Maybe instead of Manda, Parent Shaltar here will be even better to boost Tharivol damage, but look at this setup here. So what's happening here in this fight is we only time those 3 heroes, so basically, obviously, Iola first, then everyone else. But since we are spawning these turrets here, we'll have 4 turrets before the boss ultimate, and we build Manda with full attack. We can actually build Iola with more damage. Then the turrets plus Manda and Nathaniel will get targeted, and these are the targets that we want. Okay, we want them to get damaged by the ultimate and etc. Because our damage dealers are safe in one corner, doing damage without being afflicted with any attack down, etc. So this is really good. This is a really fun strategy that came up during the live stream. And then we have another team, 39 million. So I've been asked to use Garett. Now the issue with Garett is we don't really want this crit damage aura. We want something like attack. The issue with Garett is he will sacrifice his HP and he will die. Even when we have Nathaniel heal close by, he will still die before the 5-minute fight. And that's sad, but the damage is still good. Considering all that he dies at like 4 minutes in. The damage is at 39 million, so if you have these heroes, you might as well try that. And the last team, 30 million, even lowered the free-to-play team. As you can see, we removed Nimbus and we put in Yagnats here with total like epic artifacts. We didn't even use the roots, which we could to boost one of them. Then again, we have Iola with Witches Remain and no mythic equipment. Once again, the timing, similar fashion. We start with attack penalty and defense down, followed by Vani and then Shelter and Yagnats. So that's the team. Again, nothing spectacular here. Yagnats and Vani will be taking damage most of the time, so ideally you want to switch the placement of Vani and Nathaniel. Yagnats and Nathaniel. But I played it out this way. I wanted to make a mistake in the positioning, so I could show you that it still works and you can get over 30 million. And yeah, I mean, as long as Vani has a buff attack up before this last mark here, she will be targeted. Shaltar can also get targeted from time to time. As you can see, he will be targeted now. However, the damage will go into one of these corners and Nathaniel keeps him alive. So that's not an issue. As you can see, bang. Okay, it's even hitting Shaltar here, but Shaltar is okay to survive. So yeah, this is the boss. I don't think this boss is hard, especially since we don't need to use a tank here. And he's a good choice for those of you who will be struggling to build a team that can do over 30 million on a single boss. Because as you can see, similar to Season 2, we can use these rares, we can use these epics, and we will do just fine. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please click the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe, bye!